Good morning, students. Today we solve problem on high frequency voltage gain. Yes, here there is a problem in this amplifier shown transistor as beta equals to 100, GM equals to 50 millimho, C5 equals to 75 picofarad, Cmu equals to 2 picofarad. Calculate the voltage gain at mid frequency, input and output capacitances, and magnitude and phase of voltage gain at F equals to 200 kHz. As so they are given circuit like this. So it is a RC coupled C amplifier. As here load is CSH is shunt capacitance, it is 750 picofarad. Yes. So now we need to calculate this voltage gain at mid frequencies initially. Yes. For that, first we need to write this R dash L equals to, we know RC is parallel with RL. Yes. Then we can write 4.7 kilo ohm is parallel with 8.2 kilo ohm. Approximately this value is 3 kilo ohm. Yes. So now we need to calculate the mid frequency voltage gain. As it is nothing but AVM. We know it is AVM is nothing but voltage gain at mid frequency, mid band. So we can write it is equals to minus GM into R double dash L. Yes. So here R double dash L is nothing but R dash L only. Then we can write minus GM into R dash L. So from this we can write minus GM is equals to here minus 50 millimho. R dash L is here 3 kilo ohm. So kilo ohm and milli will be cancelled. Now we can write it is equals to minus 150. Yes, this is first one. This is first one, voltage gain at mid frequencies. Next we need to calculate the input capacitance Cin. We know that input capacitance is equals to C5 plus C mu into 1 minus AB. Yes, it's nothing but less capacitance at input side. As C5 plus C mu into 1 minus AB. From this we can write C5 equals to 75 picofarad. All the values will be in picofarad, so I am writing 75 plus C mu is 2 and 1 minus AB. So AB is nothing but mid frequency voltage gain only. So we can write minus of minus plus. As from this we can write 75 plus 2 into 151. As 2 into 151. From this we can write it is equals to 377 picofarad. As 75 plus 352. It is equals to 377. Output capacitance C out. As C out is approximately equals to C mu, that is equals to 2 picofarad only. As and next third question in this we need to calculate the magnitude and phase F, phase of voltage gain at frequency equals to 200 kHz. As from this we can write FH1 equals to, as by considering the CSH1, as FH1 equals to 1 by 25 R double dash L into CSH. If CSH is considered, that means load is shunt capacitance of 255. So you can write it is equals to FH1 equals to 1 by 25 R double dash L equals to R dash L. It is equals to how much? 3 kilo ohm as into 10 power 3 into CSH is equals to 750 picofarad. Pico means 10 power minus 12. As so from this we can write FH1 equals to approximately we will get 70.7 kilohertz. As now we calculate the FH1. As so this is FH1 when we consider the CSH. So similarly we can calculate FH2 as we will consider the input capacitance C input, as it is nothing but 25 RS is parallel with R5 into Cin. If Cin consider. Yes. So from this we can write is equals to 2 5. Yeah, RS is parallel with R5 is nothing but RS is parallel with R5 is nothing but we can write RS equals to how much? So we can write RS is given as 500 ohms. As R5 is nothing but beta by GM. So beta by GM. R5 is nothing but beta by GM. So beta is nothing but here R5 equals to beta by GM. Beta equals to 100 by GM equals to 50 milli. Then you will get it is equals to 2 kilo ohm. Yes. So 500 ohms is parallel with 2 kilo ohm. Then we'll get approximately this value becomes 400 ohm. Yes. So FH2 equals to 25 into 400 ohm into C. How much C? C is given as 377 picofarad. 377 picofarad 10 power minus 12. Yes. From this we can write FH2 equals to 1.05 megahertz. Yes. So as FH1 is 70 kilohertz and FH2 is 1.05. So FH1 is smaller compared to the FH2. Yes. Then overall gain we can write overall FH can be written as FH1 only. Yes, it is 70.7 kilohertz. Yes, sir. So this FH is depends on the CSH only. If CHS is not connected, then FH depends on C. Yes, from this we can say here FH. Next, we need to calculate the magnitude of voltage gain at F equals to 200 kilohertz. As here, magnitude of voltage gain at F equals to 200 kilohertz. Then we can write here we know this AVH equals to mod AVM by the root of 1 plus F by FH whole square. Yes. So we know this AVM is already there 150 as mod value is 150 and 1 plus F by FH. F is already given. So F equals to at which frequency 200 and FH equals to just now we calculated it is 70.7 kilohertz. Yes. So from this we can write AVH equals to 50. Yes. Similarly, we can calculate the phase value. So phase equals to we know 180 degrees minus tan inverse of F by FH. Yes. So 180 degrees minus tan inverse of F by FH is nothing but F is 200 by FH is nothing but 70.7. Then you will get it is equals to 180 minus this value. So this value will get 69.5 degrees. Yes. So phase equals to you can say 109.5 degrees. AVH. Yes. So any frequency greater than FH or nearer to the FH is higher frequency. Yes. So here you can write any frequency greater than FH or nearer to FH is a high frequency. Here F equals to 200 kilohertz. As F equals to 200 kilohertz, then it is a high frequency. So in this way, we can calculate the high frequency voltage gain of RC coupled C ampere, and we analyze this voltage gain and its high frequency and phase at high frequencies. Yes. Next, we'll see the frequency response of RC coupled C amplifier. Yes. Now we'll see the frequency response of RC coupled C amplifier. Yes. So this frequency response of RC coupled C amplifier is always drawn between the gain and frequency. Yes. It is a plot of voltage gain and frequency. It is a plot of magnitude of voltage gain and frequency. Yes. So we'll get these kind of frequency response in the RC coupled amplifier. As we know that maximum gain will present at the mid frequencies. Yes. So this part is mid frequency band. Yes. And this is low frequency gain, and this one is high frequency. Yes. So at low frequencies, gain is decreases with the decreasing of frequency. At high frequencies, gain is decreases by increasing the frequency. Yes. So at mid frequencies, you will get the constant voltage gain. Yes. So it is called AVM. It is voltage gain at mid frequencies. At which frequency voltage gain is 70%, or at which frequency voltage gain is 1 by root 2 times of mid frequency. That frequency is called 3 dB frequencies. Now this frequency is 3 dB frequency, lower order frequency. This frequency is 3 dB higher order frequency. Yes. Now this frequency response of RC coupled C amplifier is, we are dividing into 3 parts. So it is constant part, and this one is region 1, and this part is region 2, this part is region 3. Yes. So now we already know this region 1. Region 1 is a medium frequency region. Region 1 is a medium frequency or mid frequency region. As where the voltage gain is constant. Where the voltage gain is constant and it is maximum value. Where the voltage gain is maximum and constant. Yes, then you can observe. So the voltage gain is constant and this value will be the maximum. Yes, so we can say mod of AVM is midband voltage gain. Midband voltage gain. Yes, and next region 2. Region 2. So this region 2 is the low frequency region. So region 2 is a low frequency region. Low frequency region where voltage gain decreases. Where voltage gain decreases due to the coupling capacitor. Where voltage gain decreases due to coupling capacitor. Yes. So here FL is decreases. Here voltage gain is decreased because of the coupling capacitor. Yes. Next, here region 3. This region 3 is a high frequency region. High frequency region where voltage gain decreases because of small capacitors such as shunt capacitor and internal capacitance of BJT. Yes. So we can say this region 3 is high frequency region where voltage gain decreases decreases because of small capacitance such as shunt capacitor and internal capacitance of BJT. Internal capacitance of BJT. Yes, due to this reason, so in the region 3, that voltage gain is decreases. Yes, so we already discussed the 3 regions till now. Yes, so we know that this 3 dB lower cut off frequency and higher cut off frequency are defined as at which frequency voltage gain becomes 1 by root 2 times of mid frequency voltage gain. Yes, the two frequencies are called lower and upper cut off frequencies. The difference between these two, FH minus FL, is called bandwidth. FH minus FL is called bandwidth of that particular amplifier. So we can write voltage gain becomes AVM by root 2 at two frequencies. Which are lower and upper cut off frequencies. Otherwise, you can call these are 3 dB lower cut off and 3 dB upper cut off frequencies. Therefore, the difference between FH and FL is called bandwidth of the amplifier. This bandwidth is called 3 dB bandwidth. Why? Because this FH is called 3 dB upper cut off frequency, FL is called 3 dB lower cut off frequency. The difference between them is called 3 dB bandwidth. Yes. So we know for RC coupled amplifiers, this FH value is too large compared to the FL value. For RC coupled amplifiers, FH is greater compared to the FL value. Then we can write approximately bandwidth equals to approximately FH only. Yes, then we can write bandwidth of this RC coupled amplifier can be written as approximately FH only. Yes, here we know bandwidth is approximately equal to the FH. So FH is already defined as 1 by 2 R double dash L into CSH. Yes, if CSH is present. Yes, then we can say this bandwidth is inversely proportional to the CSH. Yes, this CSH increases, bandwidth will be decreases. So from this we can say the desired bandwidth can be achieved by choosing the appropriate shunt capacitors. As the desired bandwidth can be achieved by using appropriate shunt capacitance. That means CSH. As for example, to amplify the audio frequency, we know audio frequency means 20 to 20 kHz signals. To amplify the audio frequency signals, a bandwidth of 20 kHz is required. Yes or no? So the audio frequency signal range is AF range is 20 Hz to 20 kHz. As that bandwidth can be, say here it is 20 kHz. So to amplify the audio frequency signals, bandwidth of 20 kHz is required. 20 kHz is required or needed. As therefore, Therefore, CSH, that means shunt capacitance, will be selected such that bandwidth becomes 20 kilohertz. Yes or no? So to amplify the audio frequency signals, we know the range is 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz. Yes. So the minimum, the required bandwidth, we can say it is 20 kilohertz. As for that, we need to choose the shunt capacitance based on the bandwidth. As so, in this formula, we can write bandwidth equals to 20 kilohertz and 25 R double dash is fixed to 1. So we'll choose the R double dash value. So from this, we can choose the shunt capacitance. How much shunt capacitance is required? As if large bandwidth is needed, then shunt capacitance is not required. As or no? Why? Because this bandwidth is inversely proportional to the shunt capacitance. When we require the large bandwidth, that means in megahertz, then we can neglect this shunt capacitance. That means we can remove the shunt capacitance. As if large bandwidth is needed, that means large bandwidth is in the megahertz, then shunt capacitance is not used. As in such cases, bandwidth depends on input capacitance. As so, this bandwidth depends on shunt capacitance as well as internal capacitance. So when you require the large bandwidth, that means in megahertz of frequency, then we will not use the shunt capacitance. In that case, the bandwidth depends on the input capacitance. As so, then we can write bandwidth is equals to, approximately it is fh, then it is equals to, we can write 2 phi Cin into Rs is parallel with R dash L. As if shunt capacitance is not needed, as and large bandwidth is needed to amplify the wideband signals. Where will use this large bandwidth signals? This large bandwidth is required to amplify wide bandwidth. Wide bandwidth means large bandwidth only, as width of the band is high. So wide bandwidth signal such as we already know, that means video frequency signals bandwidth is nearly 5 MHz. As so nearly 5 MHz. These large bandwidth required to amplify the wideband signals is nothing but video frequency signals, square frequency signals, and pulse signals. As so, these video frequency signals generally at 5 MHz of signals. As now we'll see the advantages of this RC coupled CA amplifier and disadvantages. Advantages and disadvantages of RC coupled CA amplifier. Advantages of RC coupled CE amplifier. As so, from this we can say it has a better frequency response. The frequency response of RC coupled CE amplifier is better compared to the all the amplifiers, and here we are using the capacitor. So here it provides the DC isolation between the amplifier and load. As here we are using the coupling capacitor at the collector, that capacitor is used as DC isolation purpose. As next, The disadvantages of RC coupled amplifier. Disadvantages of RC coupled C amplifier. Yes, that means in this RC coupled C amplifier, maximum power cannot transfer to the load due to the impedance mismatch. So maximum power cannot transfer to the load due to impedance mismatch. We already know the maximum power transfer theorem. In this, when source resistance is equals to the load resistance, then the maximum power will be transferred from the source to load. Yes, here power is transferred from the amplifier to load. Yes, so amplifier resistance is nothing but R0. So here R0 is not equals to the load resistance. Yes, we know the condition for the maximum power transfer from amplifier to load is when RL equals to R0. So since the condition for maximum power transfer from amplifier to load, here power is transferred from amplifier to load, so is RL equals to R0. Yes, these RC coupled amplifiers, this amplifier cannot be fabricated in ICs. This amplifier cannot be fabricated in ICs because of it has large capacitors. Because of large capacitors means it has capacitors which are in microfarads. As why we are not fabricating these amplifiers in ICs? Because of large capacity. So the chip area of that amplifier is too large. As so when you are fabricating the integrated circuits, then we are always choosing the low power, high speed and low chip area. As so here this RC coupled amplifier, we are using the large capacitors. That means we are using the microfarads of the capacitance value. These microfarad capacitors occupies the high space. These microfarad capacitors required or occupied, these microfarad capacitors require the large area in the chip. So this RC coupled amplifier is not fabricated on chip. As next, applications of RC coupled amplifier. Where we are using this RC coupled amplifier? These RC coupled amplifier basically used at the audio frequency signals and sometimes we use in the video frequency signals. So the applications of RC coupled amplifier is RC coupled amplifier used in audio and video frequency signals. Video frequency signal amplification. Yes, this is about the RC coupled C amplifier. Yes, so here the amplifier and load is connected through the our capacitor, so it is called RC coupled. Yes, so load is connected through the capacitor, so we are connecting this RC coupled. So till now we are considering the RC coupled amplifier. According to the interconnection of amplifier and load, amplifiers are three types. Now it is RC coupled amplifier. So without capacitor also you can connect amplifier directly to the load, that is called direct coupled. As by using transformer also we can connect the amplifier to the load. As that is called transformer coupled amplifier. As we'll see the remaining direct coupled and transformer coupled amplifiers in the